Hey guys, Mike again from extremehydrogenlabs.com. Sorry about the last two videos. Phone batteries, listen to me. The camera batteries have died. We've got a pair of new ones in there now. Try it again. I had a little cell overheating problem. It was from too much sodium hydroxide and the amperage I was drawing. I made a cooling unit. It's kind of hard to see here. This lighting's terrible. Which I powder coated. There's two halves. This is stainless. Rather pretty. I did it in a sparkly blue. We have a port in the top, a port in the bottom, and if it comes down to it, I will put the Exteme cell, which you see here, inside it. Because if you all know, or any of you are educated in this stuff, you know that you cannot pump that water through a cooling unit as far as like a transmission cooler or something of this nature right here. This Parts Master transmission cooler, because it's made out of aluminum, and electrolysis destroys it. So I figured if I put that unit inside there, it's completely separated from each other, and a pump, there will be no problems there. But we're going to work on that. Okay, another interesting discovery. We take the unit that I showed you earlier that I've designed to stand up. We lay it down in the tank. And we're going to come back to our power unit here, the pyramid. We're going to turn her all the way down to 12 volts. As you see, nothing. We're actually really holding about 1 volt on that analog meter. Kind of odd. Thing's acting like a battery. And I've even unhooked the power unit thinking maybe the power unit might have some residual power feeding this thing, and it doesn't. We have 83-degree water temperature in this tank right now. And I want to show you, now I'll remind you once again, this is an 8-plate system. No neutral plates. I'm going to turn the unit on right now. You'll hear it click in the background. And I'm just going to hold the camera here because I want you to see the production. It's crazy. I'm going to harness it, container it, and I'm going to put on a flow meter, which I have up there, which I have a helium ball in there, which I think is about as close as I can get to hydrogen, as far as, hydrogen is lighter than helium, so we'll knock a little down. I mean, I'm not some great scientist, but that'll give us a close idea on the liters per minute. I did a little test a little while back with it, and figured it was getting almost 500 liters a minute, which I ran the engine strictly on hydrogen. But here we go. Watch how quick the reaction is. There goes a click. There she's on. Look at that. It's amazing. That thing is just going to town. And believe me, ladies and gents, I am no scientist. I am just another poor peasant trying to make a buck. I'm trying to save a buck. And I just can't bring myself to keep paying $4.15, $4.25 a gallon of gas. I've made a couple different units, which I showed one in my previous videos. My little two-plate cheese grater, I call it. Oh, that made a difference on my tractor. About 90% difference as far as fuel economy. Now we're going to get the old trusty torch out. See those bubbles right there? Now imagine this, now that I have this perfected the way I have it, and this is with no pulse width modulator. That'll be here any day. That's pretty serious. Now we'll go ahead and we'll turn the unit off. Now that was just with 12 volts. It's going to pretty much clean right up and go right away. We'll get some clear water here in a second. This is starting to actually really get exciting. I'm very, very happy with the results. I've spent many long nights out here till the birds come up and start singing, and then it's time to go to work, and I went, you know, I haven't even gone to bed. But you know, that's okay with me. It's all about science, and it's all about saving us a buck, because they're not going to give up on us. I don't believe, personally myself, on lowering gas prices. Okay, and one thing I will remind you, this is what I do. I'm not telling you to do this. I'm just showing you what to do. I take no responsibility for this stuff. Okay. And you know what? If you notice, we're holding some bubbles on the top leads. Mostly the positive for some reason. This is what would be to mount to the top plate in the cell unit. That's interesting. It's actually still holding about 2 volts up there on the analog meter. Interesting. Okay. We're going to turn her up to, she's up to 15 volts now. With a good alternator on your car, she put out about 14.25, 14.5 volts. So this would be what you would get. On she goes. Look at that. That is just amazing. That is just instant on. Just amazing. That is just a boiling away. And then we are 84 degrees. And I've been running this thing on and off for about the last 4 hours. It's full. It's just absolutely full. Let's see, why not one more big bang? Let's put the camera down for a second here so I can get the torch lit. I know I'm pretty primitive here, but you can see we just moved. Amazing, huh? See you next time.